have a tenant there. The tenant's been living there for 2 years.
Are you aware of a foreclosure sale that occurred on your property?
I was not. I had no clue that this was going on. I would ignore it.
All right, Mr. Nito, tell me, I looked at the complaint. You're alleging that this is a foreclosure sale situation. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And when did the foreclosure occur?
Well, the lender foreclosed the property on February.
Of 2024?
Yes, sir. We bought the
Okay.
property through an auction. Since almost 2 months ago, I started the paperwork.
Mhm.
And we closed the property by the first week of August.
I'm sorry, you did what by the first week of August? What happened?
At the closing of the property from the auction.
Okay, so it didn't close, even though the foreclosure was in February. You're saying it didn't close until August?
Yes, because it was made through a third-party auction company that put it a online, and it took all that time to make all the process. We made the bidding, won the property, and they took several weeks to make all the paperwork for the liens and the lender and all the process. So we're able to close it almost 2 months ago, month and a half ago.
Did you guys file your deed?
Yes, sir.
Let me speak to Mr. Ulaka. Sir, how'd you come in possession of this property?
How did I purchase the property?
Were you a prior owner? Did you move in as a tenant?
I bought it back in 2018. It was a new build.
Okay. And is this a residential property?
Yes, sir. Or yes, Your Honor.
All right. And give me 1 second here. And you are paying a mortgage, is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Are you aware of a foreclosure sale that occurred on your property?
I was not. So what happened was I took a home equity line of credit out on my home years ago, and I was paying on it. It was on auto pay. About 2 years ago, I moved out of that home and started doing consulting work. I moved to St. Louis and redirected my mail to St. Louis. I changed my bank accounts because I had to get a credit union in St. Louis for all of those things. I updated my banking information because I was on auto pay with this home equity line of credit. It's a $330 payment every month. I thought it was updated, and apparently the payments weren't going through the auto payment account. So over this time that I was in St. Louis, I wasn't getting my mail. There was issues in this brand new apartment. I wasn't aware that this was happening, that they weren't getting paid. So the home equity line of credit eventually foreclosed. I'm getting text messages and alerts from people saying they want to buy my house and all this other stuff like that. I'm not aware of what's going on. I called my main mortgage company, like, why am I getting these text messages? Is my account up to date? They're like, yes, sir, it is. You have nothing to worry about. I will just say that there's a lot of people, because of COVID and all this stuff like that, trying to force people to sell their homes because they have a lot of equity. You live in a part of Atlanta where people are trying to gentrify, so they're trying to get people to sell their homes. So you're fine. I would ignore it. I'm like, yeah, because I'm up to date. So I'm not thinking anything's going on. All of a sudden, a couple of weeks ago, I get an eviction notice on my door. My tenant tells me about it, and I don't know what's going on. So I'm just being blindsided by everything that's going on because I had no clue that this was going on because I haven't been getting the mail or anything like that.
Okay. Oof. Well, I'll tell you, those may be basis for other issues, but as far as the dispo is concerned, I do see that there was a deed, and it appears that Yale, at least according to record, Yale may have purchased it from the individuals who foreclosed on you in February, which, this is now the second hand now that has tried to own the property, or at least own one of the deeds or liens on the property. Honestly, you still have a loan with the first mortgage, which is of course a whole nother issue, which you may need to address, but
Actually, I made my payment a couple weeks ago. It was $2,400 mortgage. And I called them because, I got an eviction letter. I'm like, what's going on? They were like, yeah, we just received a payment to pay off your house. I said, I just paid you my mortgage literally a week ago. They're like, yeah, we received a check for $200 and some thousand. Did you send it? I said, no, I didn't. I didn't know what's going on.
They're trying to, they've effectively, they may be trying to erase your equitable rights because they've taken it over. So they want to own your property. So I don't have any other basis to be able to withhold the writ. I will tell you that if you have other issues, that's another thing. But as far as today, there'll be no money judgment, but there will be a writ on the 24th, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. September. Okay, because all of those issues are more of a superior court equitable issues that I can't address here in this court. Okay.
Right. So I guess my thing, I was talking to my lawyer and they're saying, I have a tenant there. The tenant's been living there for 2 years. So, they were telling me that under the Protecting Tenants and Foreclosure Act, like if I can give my tenant some time to try to figure out to.
Well, it would ultimately be up to the new owner to make that, because you no longer have authority to contract on the property because you no longer have ownership. But again, that'll be something obviously for the new owners to have to take responsibility of in some degree, because they're now taking possession or they're going to take possession. But the order will be 9/24/2024, 11:59 p.m. That's when the writ will issue. All right, there'll be no money. All right, folks, I'm gonna let you guys go. All right, thank you. You guys are free to go. You can hit the leave button. All right, let's see. Got a couple others here. All right, let's jump back up to position 7 here, and I'll get you folks under oath, and we'll figure out what's going on with you. So can I get Carmichael as well as, where is the other party in position? Oh, Carmichael and